Uh, Hello. Wow, what a rocky start. I don't know if this is even working anymore. All right, let's try it. Hey, what's up, guys? This is PoGokeRo, rocking out to like nothing really. Um, but yo, hey, let's go back to like what I'm doing here. Hey, happy hopefully not end of the world, right? Um, Man, this is loud. Turn this down. Alright, there we go. It's not so loud for me. Okay. Hi, I'm at home after work, reading up on Twitter, and things are going to hell. Trump traded away the Kurds for I don't know what. I don't know why he did. I don't know why. But he's like, you kill these guys. Just go ahead. I don't care. And of course, Turkey and Russia are like, great, we're gonna gobble this area up. And that's what they're doing. But there's like millions of people who live there. So that's gonna be bad. That's going on. That happened. That's like happening like now. Earlier today, this morning, I found out that Blizzard had censured one of their pro gamers, one of the pro gamers who won. They censored him because he said a pro Hong Kong message. And I guess Blizzard is owned by China now because they said, oh yeah, China says you can't do that, so we're taking this away. So to not make China angry, Blizzard bowed down. So I myself, I don't know about y'all, but I myself uninstalled all my Blizzard stuff. All of it. I don't care anymore. Activision stuff too. It's gone. To me, it's not worth it. I mean, they're gonna censor an individual to protect the feelings of a government. Are you stupid? I mean, that's like the opposite of what America's about. Like, we have freedom of speech. If you want to talk shit about an institution, you can do it. If you want to talk shit about a state, you can do it, right? Because a state doesn't have feelings, right? States don't have rights. You're not gonna cut a state. You can't stab a state. You can't hurt a state. Right? A state is not physical. A state is not a person. A state doesn't have rights. You can't offend a state. I can say F the USA if I want to. I could, right? The state can't stop me. And yet Blizzard, so as to not offend China, the state, which is a thing with no feelings, not a human, to not offend China, the state, is going to censure some human player, take away their human right, because that's a human, and you're taking away their right of free speech. It wasn't offensive. They weren't saying die, China. They weren't saying that. So yeah, you're dead to me, Blizzard. You too, Activision. Go have fun in China. Oh man, I didn't have time to do this, but I gotta do it quick. Alright. So another thing going down is oh wait, where'd it go? Sorry guys. Polls, tax rates. There we go. Alright. I'm awesome. Ish. Well, yeah, I'll say that, sure. Okay, sometimes I'm awesome. Sometimes I'm not so awesome. Open with. Come on. All right, so remember how I showed you the billionaires line? And I can like stand in front of it, in fact, because it's pretty important that you see it. We have a bunch of billionaires in this country, and I find that absurd. I just find it absurd that we have billionaires. Here, let me, like, you remember, 99% of Americans live under here. And then we have a bunch of people, oh crap, who live on that line that goes on forever. Alright, so it's like, how did that happen? Did we always have billionaires? No, we didn't always have billionaires. Because here, let's look. Let's look at the time frame here. Let me shrink it a bit so you can, or let me hide me. You don't need to see me, my ugly mug. Where am I? Hide me. All right, there we go. So if you look here, right, that's the way the tax structure worked in the 1950s. If you made a bunch of money, you paid a bunch of taxes, up to 70% of taxes if you're like a billionaire or a millionaire or whatever. All right. By the time we get to the 1980s, or by the time Trump gets done with his tax cuts, damn it, this is what we're looking at. Over time, they've shifted the burden of the tax onto the people, and they took it off of themselves. That's what's happening right now. That's what the the Trump tax cuts. When he cut taxes, that's the only legislative victory that Trump has. Is he cut taxes for the rich, and that's what he got. That's what we have now. So, yeah, there's something wrong there. Right. That looks like when an oligarch is in control. That's what it looks like when the rich people are in control. They pass laws that help the rich. So, remember how I told you how a gun itself doesn't have a will, a mind of its own? It's just an object. So too is government. You can tell if the gun is being held by a good guy or a bad guy by the outcomes of the gun. If the outcomes of the gun protect people, then the person holding the gun is a good guy. If the outcomes of the gun are bad, then the person holding the gun is a bad guy. Likewise, government's the same thing. You can tell who controls government by the outcomes. If the outcomes help the people, then the people holding the government tend to be Democrats. And if the government is held and if the outcomes of the government help rich people, but not and hurt everyone else, like hurt the people and only help rich people, then the person holding the people holding the government are likely Republican. That's the way it is. So we see it right. We saw it right there, right? We saw it right there, right? With Trump's tax cuts, that's where we're at. Where the richest people pay the lowest taxes. Like, my goodness. So, come on, guys. You gotta understand, Trump was a Trojan horse. I mean, do you guys get it? He was a Trojan horse. This is a bad program. And when he got let in, he's causing all sorts of problems with our operating system, our government, the world right now. He's starting a war in the Middle East. In Syria. He's abandoned our allies to be eaten by Syria and Russia. Turkey and Russia. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, this is so bad. So a bunch of texts were released between some ambassadors to the Ukraine, to Ukraine, that showed quid pro quo and explored the corruption that the Trump administration is bringing by trading arms for investigations into Trump's political enemies or opponents. So So Trump needs to be removed. The guy who said, "Oh yeah, this is not quid pro quo. This is I just talked to Trump, and this is not quid pro quo," but it really was. It obviously is. He was supposed to testify this morning, and he didn't show up. And like everyone's like, "Oh well," the Democrats are like, "Oh well." So Trump has managed to pretty much overthrow the government. He's installed himself as a dictator. He's a dictator now. His lawyer sent over a letter saying that he doesn't have to listen to Congress. He doesn't have to do the impeachment. He doesn't have to do anything. He's not gonna help. He's not gonna comply with the impeachment proceedings. He's like, you guys don't have a right to do that to me. So now Trump is ruling by decree. He doesn't need the law. He doesn't need Congress. He doesn't follow anything except for himself. Well, and then the commands of Russia, because Russia and Turkey are the ones who said, "Why don't you abandon the Kurds and let us eat them?" So you know what, America, like it or not, we're in a coup right now, and Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats totally enabled it. They waited so long. They only moved when their dude was threatened. When Biden was threatened, their establishment Democrat, when a rich white dude was threatened, then finally Nancy Pelosi was, "Okay, fine, I'll do impeachment." And she's barely doing impeachment. She's barely doing it. She's hoping that Trump is going to crash and burn out on his own, so that she won't have to do anything. And the longer she waits, the more damage is done, and the worse it's going to be to get him out. Because, as I forget who said it, but somebody said it on Twitter. Do you think a guy who ignores subpoenas, who flouts the law, who sends letters saying you can't impeach me because I can't be impeached, who has corrupted the Attorney General and the Department of Justice, do you think a guy like that is going to care what the voters say? No. Other people are saying that Trump has quit everything and that he'll eventually quit the presidency. And I don't know. I mean, there's evidence, historical evidence, right? Trump really has quit everything. Like he doesn't pay workers. He doesn't do any. He never fulfills his end of the deal. So, well, but he kind of is right now, right? He's doing everything for Russia. I do not know. Here, I gotta get this away so I can see if anything. Nope, no one's come to look. So I don't know. So Ellen tweeted a picture of her sitting in the Dallas Cowboys owner's box. You know, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, who's a racist and a white supremacist and a super rich guy. She was sitting in his box, and she was showing her company, and she happened to be sitting next to George W. Bush. And she's like, "Hey, George W. Bush, I know you tried to get me and my wife separated and made it illegal for me to be married to my wife. And I know that you are opposed to my very being, and that you pass laws to hurt people much poorer than me. But since we're both up here in this rich person's box, enjoying this this great view that only rich people can ever have, and since you're right next to me, I guess we can be chummy and be friends, right? We're both rich. Ha 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 ha." And us peons down here are going to be like, "Oh yeah, great, Ellen. Sure, awesome. Thanks for showing us, Ellen." So yeah, guys, that should be a nice wake up. A nice like slap in the face. Right? The rich don't care. Rich people are their own class. That's why Kanye is buddies with Donald Trump, because Kanye sees money. And how do I know Kanye is buddies with Donald Trump? Because Kanye says all of the talking points that Donald Trump wants to hear. So yeah, Ellen, Kanye, right? You would think, oh, they're natural enemies of Donald Trump. No, but you forget, it's all about the money. That's why I keep harping on the billionaires line. Because when it comes down to it, you know, money is friends with money. Let me break this down here. To more than 99% of Americans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could be, yeah, that 5 is like the tippity top. But if you want to get to like 90% of Americans, you got to go like that. maybe one block. There we go. 90% of Americans. Maybe up to there, maybe. And then you got Ellen and Kanye and George W. Bush and Donald Trump and Bill Gates and the Koch brothers, all those happy dudes right here. And here's the rest of us. That's what matters, guys. Yeah. Ellen showed us this. Ellen showed us. She did a good thing by showing us that money hangs out with money. Dems help Trump build power by platforming his norm breaking. Oh yeah. So okay. So here it is. The Democrats, Nancy Pelosi is helping Trump, and let me tell you why and how. She's delayed impeachment for as long as she possibly could. It wasn't until Trump went after the rich white establishment that Nancy Pelosi finally did impeachment, and the slowest manner possible. Because really, look what she's doing, right? Every time a Trump official comes up before what's it called? A committee, they're in utter total complete contempt, just pure. They're just absolutely crapping on the whole system, and fascists and despots display their power by breaking norms. They show themselves to be above the norms, that you can't do this. If you lowly people tried to do this, the power would crush you. But us, we're above the power. We are the power. So we can break these norms. And Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats provide a platform for that. Because every time they're like, come on and do the thing, and they come up there and stonewall, and they walk away without repercussions, it just strengthens and enrootens and it strengthens, the idea that they're in control, they have power, and the coup is complete. And if you're not paying attention, like there's a pure demonstration of power for you, so that you're gonna buy that idea and go, you're the power. You demonstrate the power by showing me. So Yeah, do you see where I'm going? And then because the way they're going is through fascism. It's not legitimate. It's through the cult of personality, and that's what they're building upon. Democrats provide a platform where the fascists can display their power and build their cult of personality. And yeah, Nancy Pelosi is not pushing impeachment. I don't know why. She went on recess. And when she went on recess, Trump went to war. Maybe World War III. And I hope not. I really hope not. But, yeah. For what? Better optics, Nancy? Why? I don't know. So, yeah, lawmaker without law. What is a lawmaker without a law? The Senate, the GOP senators aren't really holding Trump in check. They're not checking Trump, presumably because Trump is on their team, and so they're okay with his law breaking. But if they're lawmakers and Trump shows that law doesn't matter, what's their purpose? Like, aren't they kind of like getting rid of themselves? Aren't they contradicting themselves by saying, we're lawmakers, that's why we're important, but at the same time, law doesn't matter. So what we do doesn't matter. Like, I don't know, that heads to dictatorship. They're saying Trump is the authority at that point. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Mainly, I just wanted to address the fact that Blizzard bent the knee to China. That kind of drives me crazy. I spent a lot of money and time into Blizzard, and for them, I don't know. I guess corporations have no loyalty, right? Yeah. So they're off to China now, because I don't know what Americans are gonna condone that behavior. That's the information war, though, right? That's the information war that we're in. Ideas are the battlefield, I guess. Not to be all Alex Jonesy on you. Info wars. Yeah, no. But it is an information war. All right, man. This is so much not fun without another person. I'm working on that. I'm working on getting like a co-host here. It might have to be on Windows 10 though, and that's gonna make me sad. Or like on the Bedrock edition, because I really like the Java edition. Like I couldn't do this in Bedrock. Bedrock doesn't see the stem. Bedrock doesn't do the tables, item frames on the floor. Bedrock doesn't do the shaders. No shadows. So, alright, well, I guess I'm just talking anxiety and I'm like shooting early, I guess. It's only Tuesday. But like, so much stuff is going on. It's making me wonder, like, what's happening. Every day I'm just like freaked out. Maybe it's just me. Like, I wouldn't be freaked out if I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Oh. Alright, whatever. I will see y'all later. Alright, PoGokeRo out. Peace. Stop.